Welcome to the Steady Show. Good to hear from you,
Yes,
my
man.
brother. What's
Welcome
going
back.
on? What's going on, sir?
Well, I'm giving God thanks, man. It's a rainy day here in my side of the town,
Yeah.
you know. But everything is nice. Everything is nice. The temperature is down today, so we have a lot to give God thanks for, my brother.
Yes, I like that. I want to assume that you belong to the Labourite family. Is that a fact, sir?
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I declare to be a red or a orange, but I'm going to tell you something that is fact.
All right, I like
I
that.
think that is what Jamaica needs. We're too much of a partisan type of people. We're blood green and we're blood orange. And even if we say any type of evil, we can't speak about it because it's my green color do it or my orange color.
Fair enough.
So that is not what we are supposed to be about. Jamaica must be first.
All right, I love that. I love that.
Let me share something with you.
Yes, man.
I was working in Jamaica Flour Mills, Rockfort in Kingston some years ago. And I remember when I was there, Bruce Golden won the election. I was apprentice, me just started work at the place. Right? And I remember when a guy that I go and call him Black. Blacks came up and Black say, yo, all our thing get mash up now. So the other man said to him, say, Blacks, why you say that? Black said, every 3 years, because I am affiliated with the PNP, we get a Benz off of the wharf for no more than 350 to 400,000.
What?
Every 3 years, me change a Benz. But now that the JLP win, we know them all change the chief custom officer and the thing get knocked. The thing I will get knocked now, so I don't know what me I go do right now.
Wow.
And Blacks left work that day. Don't know where he went. But it's just how it just goes to show how these guys do corruption. And they try to call out Andrew as being one of the corrupt persons. But behind the scenes, behind the shadow, it is written in their DNA to be corrupt.
I like that. I like that. Good statement. Good statement. Wow.
Remember when you send your items from overseas, you know, this car to Jamaica, and they can't clear it. But this man now could have paid just a 300,000, 400,000 and get a brand new Benz every 3 years.
Wow.
Under the name of the PNP.
So that simply means that when PNP in a power, him get away with all manner of corruption.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly, because the country would have lost revenue at that time.
Up to last night, I made reference to, some people saying that, the PNP, them use up the constituency development fund and them give it out to people in the communities and instead of developing the communities. So when we are basically hear from you that it's not just on the small scale that the PNP go on with the corruption in terms of how them use up taxpayers' money.
Yes, and I can share another one with you.
Yes, man, we want to hear it.
Some time ago, I was doing some business in Maple, and I was doing well. And a friend of mine come to me one day and said, boy, a certain politician, because we can't call him, we don't do them something.
Yes, man.
A certain politician gave him a check, wrote a check in his name, and that check was 500 grand. So the man was saying, brother, you cannot do this to me and me not work for this. Him said, no problem, man. I'm going to write you a check for 500,000.
500,000?
If 500 grand. Go to the bank and change the check. So my friend get the check, 500 grand, him go to the bank, change the check. When him go back to the politician give him only $7,000 out of it. But he collected that money as worker.
As a contractor or something.
Right. And guess what? Again, that was not on the green team.
It was not on the green team. Well, we know how the orange team function already, because I talk about this on a lot of shows, how they deal with this whole contracting. Right, the checking of the man name. And apparently the man is supposed to be a contractor. The man go to the bank, change the money, and then the politician basically take back the money and give him a 7 grand. So basically, he moved from contractor to just a bearer then or something like that.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Wow.
Yes, man. And I'm more than one people that same guy do it too. You know?
Wow.
So
And
I
what
know see what's
era
happening
and
right now.
what era of the politics are we talking about? 70s, 90s, or early 2000s politics?
Brother, I'm born 77, so I don't know nothing about the 90s. I have to read history. 90s,
Wow.
I just left high school. In the
Wow.
middle of 95.
Wow.
I am talking about in the year 2009, 10 year about. My mother died 2010. My mother died 2010, so I went in 2011. I went in, and it is in that time right there that this thing happened. Now, what I'm happy about, our boss came in 2016, so I'm sure say at that time that's not the time it happened, and it was the same arrangement.
By just saying that, you're basically, you would make the assumption then that that's the reason why a lot of people run behind PNP like that.
Let me hear this one before we go.
Yes, man.
I was working again in Washington Boulevard at the cheese factory. And I remember one time I drove through De La Vega. I had some friends in Spanish Town, and I drove through De La Vega city. And a friend came to me and said, "Hey, brother, a PNP place, don't drive so fast through the place because the man them don't know you. Be careful." And I said, "All right, cool. Me take my time and drive." So I said, "Oh, you live in a De La Vega city?" Man said to me, and I quote, "My father is a PNP, and my father get this house from the PNP at a cost of $40,000 for your house in a scheme." So I said, "Brother, how will your father pay 40,000 for your house?" He said, "Brother, all my father got to do was pay the politician the 40 grand for the house."
This must,
So I don't know.
I must some Finsack house them we are talking about.
I don't know. But I went to that particular place in Washington Boulevard to work in the year 1999. And I left there in about 2005, 2006. I left that work, that job. Right? So I don't understand how you pay a politician for your house 40 grand. Because if you have the houses to give to people, you give them the entitled, you sign them off, and that's it. But this politician, I don't know who, was collecting 40 grand per house, and that's De La Vega City. I don't know that De La Vega City is a Spanish Town stronghold right now.
PNP era.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you ever voted for the PNP party? Did you come from a PNP family or anything like that? I mean, at any point, have you ever really looked at PNP as a good party to vote for? Or you've always known PNP to be a party that supports the criminality?
I never voted for the PNP.
Wow.
And I don't intend to.
And you don't intend to?
I don't intend to. Because one of the bad nails in the coffin of the PNP is the fact that they keep talking about the 28 bank account. And when the IC report was opened and we're going out and we're sitting down and we count and we listen to those who are doing the checks on the different accounts, realize that some of the accounts are legitimate, some of the accounts are closed accounts, but them still count it. Some of them are investments, some of them are insurances, but the man then get up and tell a big lie and say, "Andrew have 28 bank accounts." That's the biggest lie what the PNP has ever told. And the sad thing about what Mark Golden has done, Mark Golden has defaced Jamaica or defamed Jamaica big time when he would have said that Andrew Wallace is the most corrupt politician or leader Jamaica has ever seen. Right? That has done some evil to our country. And the people of Jamaica need to stand up and say, "Listen, we're not going to accept this narrative because it's not a true one. It's false."
And we know it's false. So if we look at the 28 bank account situation, as you say, insurance, investments accounts, closed accounts that Andrew Holness's name was a part of. You understand me? You know that if you go do stocks, investments, trading, insurance, when you go to the bank, one bank is offering you 3 accounts. 28 bank accounts is really not a lot of bank accounts. Do you get the feeling that the PNP just target ignorant people with these kind of statements?
You can put it further than that, man. It's not really ignorant people. It's how you feed your audience.
Okay.
Right? It's a feeding that they give to their audience. Because only a certain type of people who would have subscribed to the type of narrative that is false.
I like that. I like that.
So,
I like that.
So, you can still call it ignorancy. Because listen, if you look, people can get up and say, boy, a man can be called a woman. And there are those that will subject themselves to that thing and they will listen to it and they will believe it.
True.
But well-thinking people know that is false.
Good
a
point.
Man can never be a woman.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
The other day, there's this guy who was about 70 years old. Came to my workplace and he was telling me about how wicked our present government is. And the man said to me, up in top Clarendon, they have found gold and they have found oil. So right now, Andrew's collecting all of the gold money and all of the oil money. So I say, how comes nobody has not put this on the media for us to know? And the man say, the people there, nobody can use phone, nobody can do whatever, but the job is happening. So I say, brother, prove it to me. Because him says next door for him yard.
What? My goodness!
If it is next door your yard, where they are finding the gold and thing, how you don't video it?
Right. Good question. Good question.
Make Jamaica see that we have gold and we have oil.
So where him respond and say no?
Him say, we don't know because we don't live in his area. But it's just how some people go around spreading lies. And Jamaica need to put Jamaica first. Realize we always talk about St. Thomas being the forgotten parish.
Yes, man. Talk about it last night.
St. Thomas is looking now.
Yes, because of Jamaica Labour Party.
I drove to Montego Bay the other day, and in Montego Bay, I could not tell that I was in Montego Bay.
Wow.
Because the place transformed from a little dongle heap to a palace type of place now.
Show our labor rights. I like that. So it is happening under the Jamaica Labour Party. Is it a fair thing now to say that the reason why you see the PNP, them so busy in the newspaper and all of them civic groups coming out and they're doing this from JFJ to all of them, they're just doing this to basically distract the people them from what the Jamaica Labour Party is doing?
Yeah, that is exactly what they are doing. Because even when we would have seen the post in the Gleaner today, to say it's a big win for Dayton Campbell and Mark Gold and the PNP, to say that the SOE was illegal.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was illegal. What I saw in my community, I saw the police stop a vehicle and take out man and say, we'll find a gun.
Right.
So if you find a gun illegally, then very good.
Right. Right.
A lot of lives were saved. A lot of criminals are now in jail because of that same SOE.
Yeah, man.
The zones of operation did their part.
Yes, yes.
So when you look now, I don't remember the date, but it was, I think, when they got the country, it was 439 murders for the year. And when they left office, it was 1,600 and something. And watch how Mark talked the other day now. Mark said, why, when say we are going to bad them up or we are going to rough them up?
Yeah, man, get wicked on them.
We get wicked on them. We get wicked on them. So them always put themselves out there to be a violent type of a people. Jamaica don't need that now.
So when him say get wicked on them, that was not an idle threat?
No. And we have to remember, you see, Mark learned well from his mother, Mark learned well from his mother. And when I say his mother, I'm not talking about his birth mother. I'm talking about his political mother.
Portia.
Because I remember her thing was, I don't afraid of no boy, no girl. Oh, don't test me. That's the kind of talking that you get always out of the PNP. Remember KD Knight one time, KD Knight stood up and back him jacket and said, "Why you want to take this outside?" And he was that's in the parliament. So you always find this type of bullish, bad man, bad woman thing coming from the PNP. You know what I really like at this time? I like the fact that the JLP has some soft-spoken, well-learned people who are now on the front line.
Yes. Good point.
Steady, I want to ask you one question. I mean, Dayton Campbell, how Dayton always talking and Dayton sound like him never go school?
But him have doctor before his name.
If they videos, 9 of the videos that Dayton put out is like his IQ is so low in his talking.
Dayton never saw like him bright yet.
His T's and dot his eyes and talk like he's an intelligent person.
Absolutely.
So that is not what Jamaica needs at this time. No way.
Absolutely. And that is something when we question all the time, because I say, since them always use this thing to say, labor rights are dunce, then why is it that when PNP open them out are the biggest dunce then? Based on what you're seeing, even they're out there and them make up all heap of noise and whatever, do you predict that the Jamaica Labour Party will get the third term this time around?
Why would I need to predict?
I like that. I like that.
No, man. We all don't need to predict what will happen in the next election.
Right.
What I'm hoping will happen is that the 14 seats that them have, they will lose 1 or 2 more.
I love that. I love that. And them would have deserved to lose the seat them too. Go ahead.
Yeah, they should lose more seats. Right now they have nothing campaigning on. Nothing they have campaigning on right now except corruption and integrity report. That's all we hear from them every day. Nothing else.
I would know say them are the corrupt party. I would know say them influence the integrity commission, which now have no integrity anymore. So that now go fly. So you said Jamaica people, they are looking on and they are seeing what's happening. And there's no way that them are going to allow this corrupt PNP party to come back into power.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me show you a little vibes.
Yes, man.
Let me show you our vibes. The PNP, for those of us who are like 40 years old, would have lived out half of the life under the PNP. And you see that 18 and a half, 19 years that some of us were well aware of what was happening. Remember, public sector wages were frozen for about 3 consecutive terms of increase.
Absolutely.
No increase. It was a freeze.
Absolutely.
I remember when Bruce said, if you may be the next prime minister, I will definitely take your salary up to 80% of market value.
Wow.
I remember when Bruce won the election, there was this lady who was the leader for the nurses group. She came out with her placard and said, Bruce, we remember your promise and we are demanded to deliver. And Bruce delivered. Now Andrew took over from Bruce, not counting portion in the middle, so, but Andrew took over from Bruce. And when Andrew took over, Andrew now every time it's pay time for the teachers, for the police, for the nurses and so on. Andrew always a friend, if it's even $1,000. The biggest hypocrisy that we hear the other day in the country now is the $1,000 on the minimum wage. When the JLP took over the country, it was $4,000. Only $4,000 them get for the whole month. 4,000 something. So Andrew carried now from the 4,000 to 16,000.
And people still want to complain.
Now look on the difference. Yeah. So people, I don't think we are counting our blessing, right? And it's one thing still, people look on Jesus and say, away with this man and give us Barabbas.
Wow.
I won't be surprised if people do foolishness, but Jamaica will suffer the consequence.
Good point.
If they put the PNP in power.
I agree with
because
you.
Remember Dayton tell us already. And after we catch him because them say Dayton, how you gonna make this thing work? He said, put a tax on food. Remember him just said that the other day? And after we said, Dayton, what kind of argument that Dayton said, boy, my mouth slipped. I wasn't thinking correctly. But it is what they are used to. They are used to having everybody on the street side. You give them a thing and you keep the thing going. Right? But Andrew, none of that. Andrew, I say, yo, when you get up and go work. When you work, when you have more money and the government collect more tax, and that is how you grow an economy.
And what about the young people them? You think the young people them who never really lived through the tough times in the 90s and the early 2000s with the PNP and also the 70s, do you think they're also paying attention to this PNP here and JLP, and they're seeing that the JLP is a better party to run Jamaica? Do you think most of the young people them are like that right now?
I have to answer you from the point of social media. I follow the social media thing, everything that Andrew posts, everything that the PNP posts. I see everything right there. You're talking about young people from the 70s, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
90s. Look on Andrew Wellness page. It is 563,000.
I see that. I talk about it all the time.
Well, on 563,000 followers. Andrew Wellness up on Facebook. Right? I'm not talking about the entire social media because some of us follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
TikTok and all that, yeah.
I'm talking about Facebook, which is the oldest thing that we have, so oldest social media platform.
Yeah.
Facebook and Wellness have 563,000 followers.
Yeah.
More ask you a question, brother. You know how much Mark Golden have?
I think Mark, I don't know if he reached 50,000, but I think the last time I checked it was like 48 or 49,000.
49,000.
See there? That is it. Yeah, man.
So when young people, when they do the maths right now, where young people are choosing and they are following prosperity, they are following Andrew Wellness, who has 563,000 followers, versus Mark Golden, who has 49,000. So we can call election right there, sir.
Yeah.
If we get at least 75% of Andrew's followers to vote, and Mark get him 100% to vote.
Excellent point. Excellent point, my brother. Excellent point. So,
trouble, man. We have looked on the two sides of the coin.
Yes.
Right? And we have seen where the PNP fail us.
Yes.
Right? And now we don't want that again. Now we need to move forward. We can't go back to vomit.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to go back to the pain that we feel.
Yeah.
We feel it under the thing there, the fencer.
Yeah.
I remember this man, I think he was the Blaze Bank. The man sit down in front of the bank and pull him gun and shoot himself in the head.
Wow.
Because all of his money went down in that thing.
Wow.
I remember a couple from Mandeville, a Chinaman and his wife. They put their house help salary on the table with a note. And the note said, "We are sorry, but we cannot manage. We have to leave. We owe so much money and we can't manage." Mr. and Mrs. Chin kill themselves in their room.
Wow.
That is under the PNP.
Wow.
Right? And we can talk a lot about people who would have borrowed. One man, I remember, one day he called the Barry G show and he said, "Barry G, I borrowed $1.5 million from the bank to purchase 2 bulkheads. Bulkhead, I would them call chuckhead. Trailer chuckhead. And the man buy the 2 vehicle. When he buy the 2 vehicle, immediately the interest rate went up. And this man owed $10.something million, over $10 million. Right? So Barry G asked the man a question. So friend, how did you get over this problem? The man said, "Barry G, it's because my wife's family have a business in New York. And I was a good guy to the family. The family helped me to pay my debt."
Wow.
So who would have wanted to go back to that? Flavor Williams was right when Flavor Williams said this is FinSAP 2.0 when they made a budget presentation. Right? I remember one student said she borrowed $400,000 from the Student Loan Bureau under the PNP, and the $400,000 became $4 million.
Lots of stories like that.
This is how the PNP mash up families That is why so many people gone to America, Canada, England, and about now.
From Manly days coming right through. Mm-hmm.
Right? So now when teachers are saying, we want to look better and they're leaving, they're acting as if people don't run when they come back to Jamaica or no, who leave under the things that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People still there fine right now when they come back as yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Steady, more you end the call and call back. I have to tell you somebody when I can't go on the radio.
We will talk again, my brother, but thank you very much for coming through. Great testimony, my brother. I will call you back and I will edit and I will put out this show so that Jamaica can hear what's going on.
People of Jamaica, put your head beside the bell. PNP, me now vote because Andrew Wallace is the best in Jamaica.
Be a labor right. Me did have to be a labor right. Look here. Then me could have never be a labor right. Jesus Christ, man. God bless me.